Oh boy, this seems to be the deal here, because when it comes to Markus and Liam Ruck, we have some word out of Thomas Drance that could potentially set the Vancouver Canucks up to do something pretty interesting here. Now, I don't know actually why I'm on the Tankathon page. This doesn't really relate to what we're looking at. Let's go over to puckpedia.com and review the draft picks in the 2026 NHL Draft. Specifically, the Vancouver Canucks draft picks. Vancouver has number 3, they have 24, they have 33 and 41, followed by 78, 97, 129, etc., etc. These picks right here are the picks that we need to pay attention to. Because I think it's becoming a lot more clear that an avenue for Vancouver to draft 2 of the top CHL scorers this season is actually alive and well. We've made videos talking about Markus and Liam Ruck, the Ruck twins out of Osoyoos, BC. Guys who totally went out there and torched the dub with numbers that are pretty rare to see out of draft-eligible players. Markus and Liam were the top 2 point producers in the league as draft-eligible players, which in its own right is generally seen as insane. But then you also have to recognize the fact that the WHL and the CHL as a whole was weaker this year. Some of the top talented guys went over to the NCAA, and that's going to be an entire thing to pay attention to with these two. But Markus Ruck, the playmaker of the two, scored 108 points in 68 games. Liam Ruck had 104 points, including 45 goals in 68 games, as the Medicine Hat Tigers went out there and won themselves the WHL championship. So, hey, the Ruck twins, they did a pretty good job this season, especially with their playoff production here. Liam scored 12 points in 14 games. Markus ended up with 13 points in 15 games. With that said, the Ruck twins are currently ranked to go pretty much in the second half of the first round. We'll get into more on that later, but for now, what I wanted to do was talk about Thomas Drance's update in regards to Markus and Liam Ruck. He said, at the NHL Draft Combine, Drance chatted with both of these guys. Liam and Markus are actively telling teams they prefer to be drafted to the same team. And he also mentions that these two guys will be playing 1 more year in Medicine Hat and then going the college route. They are a minimum 2 to 3 years out. Lots of development time left for Markus and Liam Ruck. Now, I love the fact that this has all of a sudden been established. It's not like, oh, Markus and Liam are both proclaiming their independence to teams that are asking them about their connection and on-ice relationship at the draft combine. These guys ain't messing around. They're not BSing with these other teams. Oh yeah, I feel like I'm a really great player individually. I like playing with my brother, but I don't need to play with my brother. Like, they're straight up saying, yeah, I want to play with my brother next year. I want to play with my brother for my entire career, if that's possible. There were segments throughout the course of this season where one of the Ruck brothers ended up making certain international teams and the other Ruck was left out, and that seemed to have been a really big Debbie Downer moment, which led to, inevitably, both Rucks being placed onto both teams. They were both a part of Team Canada White U17 last year, and it's been a pretty established connection that both Markus and Liam prefer to play with each other. They are better when they are with the brothers, and they have this sort of chemistry that allows things to work in ways that you really couldn't imagine if they were with other players. Very akin to Henrik and Daniel Sedin, whose careers you could say were kind of irreplaceable. When you think about if they were drafted to other NHL franchises, we understand why Brian Burke pulled off the magic to draft these Örnsköldsvik, Sweden twins back in 1999. It was just the right thing to do. And now for Markus and Liam, they're essentially going out there and saying, yeah, we think that it's the right thing as well for one NHL team to grab both of us. With that said, there is a brand new article that was posted on EliteProspects.com, and I'm pretty sure this one is not behind a paywall. I know I'm logged into Elite Prospects ringside here, but if I reload the page, if I sign out, this article is still available. It's the new Elite Prospects Cam Consensus Final 2026 Scout Poll. And if you scroll down and you try to find these Ruck twins, you'll see that Liam Ruck is ranked 24th overall, and Markus Ruck is ranked 33rd. Take a look at those numbers, eh? 24th for Liam, 33rd for Markus. And you think about where the Vancouver Canucks are drafting, you've got 24th overall in the first round and 33rd in the second round. Oh my goodness, man, that cannot be a coincidence. Cam's Consensus, the Scout Poll, they're all going out there and coming together with this conclusion. You have one Ruck at 24, another at 33. There is a very real possibility that both Liam and Markus are Vancouver Canucks prospects by the end of it all. Jim Leahy went out there and posted about it. Hey, guess what? The Ruck brothers are ranked 24 and 33. Those are literally 2 draft picks that belong to the Vancouver Canucks. You then had this posted by Mike Morial. You might recognize Mike. He does the NHL official prospects show. NHL Draft Class, that's what it's called. And he also does written material at NHL.com. News on the Ruck twins, Liam and Markus. They informed the NHL Draft Class podcast that they will return to the Tigers for 26-27. Also noteworthy was the fact that Liam, the right-handed right wing, had 25 club interviews and Markus, a left-handed center, had 20. So this does check out with what Thomas Drance went out there and reported. The Ruck twins will play 1 more year in Medicine Hat, which you can debate whether or not that's actually the best move for their development. I think the fact that they were the number 1 and number 2 point producers in the dub pretty much puts them in a spot where they don't really have anything else to prove anymore at this level. But because they're going to be going down this route and then they'll be going to the NCAA, they are going down a long haul type path of development here. They don't want to just make the NHL right away and potentially lose out on some important years of development. I also think the physical maturity needs to be brought into play as well. Markus, 6 feet 168, Liam, 6 feet 176. These guys can stand to gain a few pounds, and playing a little bit more WHL hockey with older guys and then going over to the NCAA, that is going to help them out pretty well. So give these guys as much runway as they need to do what they need to do. It checks out, I would say, when you think about how teams are interviewing these guys. They were the number 1 point producers in the dub after all. And for the Vancouver Canucks, the fact that they are projected to be drafting in the range where these guys can be taken, it's a match made in heaven, is it not? Where have we heard that before? Did the Sedins do that? I thought they accepted the fact they were likely getting split apart. Yep, you're correct. They said they know they'll be drafted by different teams. I wonder if that's why they're so loyal to the organization. Being together seems to mean so much to them, and that they appreciate that Burke made such sacrifices to fight to bring them here. We think so much about what it gave to the team and the fans, but I never considered what it might have given to them. Markus and Liam, by the way, Canucks fans growing up, they idolize the Sedins, so it fits, doesn't it? Gosh, man. Ivar Stenberg at 3, Markus and Liam Ruck at 24 and 33? I'd say that sounds great. Really revamp the forward core in the first 40 picks of this year's draft. With that said, you can let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. How do you feel about Markus and Liam Ruck, their draft plans and their draft preferences, and how the Elite Prospects list seems to link them perfectly to the Vancouver Canucks? Thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. The full list here is going to be linked in the description for your viewing pleasure. And bye.